Rowan and Commentaries here with another commentary. This time, it will be my first third-degree commentary. So who's today's victim? Well, let me give you guys a brief description of this victim. He first showed his face on YouTube in 2009. He was once a silent recolor and is well known for making bad commentary after bad commentary. He was once a commentary target for RA185 and I'll forget it, I'm going to cut to the chase. It's Joshua 8428. You know, the guy with the silver recolor? Yeah, him. One of the biggest bandwagons in the commentary community. He's my victim for today. I personally don't hate him myself, but I will deny that he does a good job at commentaries. Now, despite his bad reputation in the commentary community, the video I'm going to commentate over is actually one of his better commentaries. That be his commentary on some guy by the name of Cole Langley 1 and his commentary over Roy Havenstone 2's fake rant on Sonic Free Riders. Now, I know some people might call me out on tackling Joshua, the commentary community bandwagon, and call me a bandwagon jumper. Like I said in my last commentary, I'm a rebel at heart, just like Master TB10. Besides, I don't seem to see any commentaries on this particular video by Joshua. That doesn't say it's a good video though, because, well, let's see if this video by Joshua is really worth watching. And also, I'm going to skip his intro because I got no input on it.
This is Cole Langley 1.
Boring introduction and no avatar. Okay, if you really want to make this a thrilling commentary, at least make it a great introduction. Also, if you want to really do a commentary, at least use an avatar. That's what other commentators use.
When you meant boring introduction, do you mean his voice or how he said it? If you meant the latter, well, I do agree it's kinda boring, but there are some commentators I know that say stuff similar to, this is insert YouTube name here. I know some people like RA185 make their intro entertaining by saying, going to another commentary hosted by yours truly, but some other commentators don't really need an exciting intro. Take Tom for example. Most of his commentaries begin with, hey guys, this is Shadow711 here, even if he does add an extra few words in that sentence. And there are some people like Sonic and Tails for Life and occasionally Albert AAR who doesn't need an intro for their commentaries. If you meant the former, then I agree with you on that too, but to quote Transfer 328 in his commentary over Sonic and Tails for Life, not everyone's going to have an exciting tone to their voice, and also, not all people need avatars when you do commentaries. Some people just use their real faces to do commentaries. Heck, remember Shadow711? Back before he decided to use his persona Tom the Hedgehog as his commentary avatar, he didn't have an avatar. Granted, I'll be giving Cole Langley 1, or however the heck you pronounce his name, an avatar here, but I still wanted to point out that not all commentators need an avatar when you do commentaries. Speaking of avatars, your old writer Shavik is kinda hard to look at, so I'm going to have to change it. I hope all RA185 fans will get a little chuckle out of this one, since they should know how she feels about this character, and well, she did this before in her second commentary over Joshua. Hi Titus! And also, the audio from Roy's video is pretty terrible, and I can't find it because Roy said it on private. So I'm going to have to use Danny's commentary over Joshua's commentary over Roy, just so you guys can hear it. Jeez, Joshua! It's bad enough I had to remake the first two parts of my first ever commentary. It's bad enough that Danny had to remake both your commentaries, and now I had to remake your commentary. Just wonderful. Anyone want to call me RA185 2.0?
Sonic fucking Free Riders. Okay, I just have to say one thing. What the fuck, Sega? What the fuck were you fucking thinking? Okay, I know this is a fucking sequel to the fucking Sonic Riders and the fucking Riders Zero Gravity, and both fucking games fucking sucked. I mean, what the fuck, Sega?
Now, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, I do agree. The game sucked. And it's very overrated.
Really? Is that why most game critics gave it mixed reviews? Now, I understand that if he finds it overrated, that's his opinion. But it sounds like he only thinks that Zero Gravity is overrated just by listening to other people around him saying good things about it, and not bother checking out the review scores. I know critic scores and fan reception aren't the same thing, but still.
but I actually enjoyed the first one because to me it had better controls and the gameplay was much faster. And it was much easier for me to pick up and learn from. When in Zero Gravity you had no boost, no good control angles or anything.
Well, true, but you still are able to speed up in a certain way. In Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, you get to go into some sort of zero gravity mode of some kind. I am not really familiar with this. It's been a while. I haven't played this.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Are you saying that you haven't played Sonic Riders Zero Gravity? I mean, I didn't, but still. Maybe you should be careful with what you're saying, otherwise people like me have no clue what you're talking about. And also, do your research on Zero Gravity, because to me, what you're saying can only get people understand you so much.
But once you get to that certain stage, you'll be able to go up right ahead. It gives you extra speed. And you can
get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
Sorry guys, can't resist.
Make it last longer if you hit one of the sides of the certain objects, which of course also even increases speed.
You know, Joshua, maybe you should just simplify what you're saying while also trying to make it understandable at the same time. I said it in my last point, what you just said can only get people like me understand you so much. Or the least you can do is show us a bit of footage to prove your point, whether you play the game or not. Simplifying your point will also cut some time in your video, so you don't have to spend about a minute on one counterpoint.
I mean, the first two fucking games were nothing but fucking Mario Kart ripoffs.
Okay? For one, Mario is like one of the most overrated franchises. Because every time another franchise does something new, they say it rips Mario off. And it just makes the series look so overrated.
And how exactly does people saying that a certain video game ripping off Mario justify his series as overrated?
I do not hate Mario whatsoever, but honestly, it's not that great of a game, people.
If you don't think that Mario is that great of a franchise, that's okay. But the way you said it is making you sound like that you're shoving your opinions down other people's throats. What next? Are you going to say that anyone who likes Mario doesn't have a functioning brain? Also, what you also said implies that there's only one game in the Mario franchise, which is totally false.
How so? Dude, you need to elaborate.
But anyways, the Sonic Riders games are nothing like Mario Kart. For one, they're riding on boards. There are no items or no power-ups at all.
That right there is a contradiction.
Contradiction means saying something before saying something that opposes something. I think what you meant to say is that he's getting his facts wrong.
There are items in the Sonic games. I'll explain. For instance, invincibility, and there's also extra wings, all that stuff, those count as items.
He meant item in Sonic Riders, not the entire Sonic franchise. And to co-langley one, while I have not played Sonic Riders, I did see footage of it, and yes, there are some items in Sonic Riders, such as the extra ring Sonic mentioned, Sonic shoes, and some sort of thing tied to a rope that you can spin around and use as a weapon. So here's my question to you. What is your definition of an item or a power-up?
Dude, you may need to take a look at Sonic Riders before you decide to say something like that.
And in Mario Kart, you don't have dash things.
When you meant dash things, do you mean boost pads or items to dash? Because I can tell you that's not true. I'm a Mario Kart fan, and I know that there are similarities to boost pads in the form of those rainbow colored rectangles. Items, mushrooms. Maybe a better thing to say that Sonic Riders and Mario Kart are different is the fact that Sonic Riders gives you a ranking every time you perform a jump flip, or the leveling up system every time you collect a specific amount of rings. And maybe this is a good time to say this, but SuperSonic47 said this in his commentary overseeing the Hedgehog 1, and I'm going to say this here to co-langley 1. If he thinks that Sonic Riders is a Mario Kart ripoff, that's his opinion.
Well, and all you're doing is just running around collecting rings.
All the rings does in Sonic Riders is, like I said in my last point, level you up. Your main objective of each race in Sonic Riders is getting a specific rank or be a certain character. So no, it's not all about running around the track collecting rings. Where did you pull this garbage out of? Oh, that's right, from your